meeting room. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry. Commissioner Green.
Commissioner Gentry's unavailable, but still in the rehabilitation side.
Commissioner Green.
Here.
Commissioner Lopez.
Here.
Commissioner Raines. Commissioner Staten.
Here.
Commissioner Walker.
Here.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
At this time, can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Green.
Here.
Yes,
sorry.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staten.
Yeah.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes. Can I have a motion to approve the regular minute meetings from the meetings held on May 21st, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
Questions? Did everyone receive the revised minutes? Where I made a notation, corrections were made.
No, we did not, I did not receive the.
Madam Chair, I can't.
Ms. Frank, that's the email. Did we get the updated minutes? No, I didn't receive them.
We can hold those in advance till the next meeting if you want, to make sure that the corrected ones go out. So,
I move we wait until then.
you can, I mean,
Okay, we'll have to move, right?
you can table that motion if you want, unless there's something that's key from those meeting minutes that I think, I'm not aware of anything that's going to be required to take action based upon those meeting minutes.
The only thing that was changed in the meeting minutes was Commissioner Staten's comments under Commissioner Statement. She had added a line that was not in there.
Is that the only correction? What we could do is accept the minutes as amended per that description, and you can supply those, and they become part of the meeting minutes, and after that'd be acceptable.
I make a motion that we do as our board attorney advised.
Second. And so I think we just need to hear what the.
Okay.
No.
Good, Madam
So I
You want to know what the
Yeah,
initial
yeah,
comment was?
what the comment.
Oh, yeah, there was a mistake. There was a thank you to Kenny Hill, and the acknowledgement is thank you to Mr. Lader for being responsive to the residents in Henderson Corner.
Place overhead,
Okay.
French towels.
With that change, we now have a motion from Commissioner Raines and a second from Commissioner Lopez on the amended minutes.
So does that mean that we're going to adopt this now, or we're going to wait?
You
till
can adopt
September?
it now with that change that will be included in the minutes once they're finalized after today.
Is that okay with you?
That's fine with you, Madam Chair.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Green.
Sustained, I wasn't present.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staten.
Yes.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes. At this time, we have a report from the secretary.
At this time, I have no update for the board.
We go on to resolutions.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
All right, we'll start with Resolution 2526. This resolution authorizes the approval of disbursements for May in the amount of $1,634,586.54, split between the general fund for $1,063,908.07 and the capital fund for $570,678.47. It is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners adopt the resolution approving the disbursements for the month of May.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution?
So So moved.
25-26.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez. Yes. Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman, well ordered.
Yes. Who's the resolution?
Resolution 2527 is a resolution that asks the board to allow the executive director to conduct a market and feasibility study, which assesses the needs for performance based off of our HUD recovery plan. And that line item is item AM1-B. The recovery plan suggests that the Housing Authority performs an assessment on all of our properties to see the market and feasibility study that is it feasible for us to do repositioning? Is it feasible for us to present our units? It also allows us the ability to see if there's capital needs that we go out for and again, to do repositioning. This also will allow for us to see what are the resources that are attached to the Trenton as a whole. We also approach the city to see if there's additional interest in the city partnering with us to further expand this. But this particular resolution is for the Housing Authority to assess this portfolio.
So this is essentially for compliance purposes with the HUD
Yes.
support.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 2527?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Any questions?
Madam Chair, there are corrections to that resolution. Did the board get the revised resolution?
Those resolution corrections were made for signature. The corrections, so with the resolution that will be finalization, it was made for that.
They did.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions? Hearing none?
Commissioner Green?
Oh, wait, before we go on, this is information from my fellow chairs. I want to let you know that when I looked at that resolution, there's a couple things you need to know about resolutions and agendas. The resolution needs to be exact, the agenda needs to reflect the resolution verbatim, okay? And so in this particular resolution, Ernest Young was fine, but there was another piece to it, it's called Parthenon, right? Okay, so that's the official legal name that we're dealing with, and it was not included. There was inconsistency in the agenda and the resolution. But when you look at the resolutions, you have to make sure that everything is consistent because they're legal documents. So, and the other thing I want to tell you is that that's just from council. We like to follow the money, and so there was an expenditure of $250,000, and that needed to be included in the resolution as well, in the header. So those are the changes that I asked that you made. So just kind of, when you're looking at docket items, be sure if there's a cost associated, it should be in the header.
Thank you.
Thank you. I do have a question, I'm clear.
Yeah.
Is there a timeline for the study?
Well, the timeline is open because we purchased an a la carte, being that we went to the city and asked the city if they wanted inclusion, so we can actually expand it out to do like workforce assessment, to do analysis of traffic patterns. We left it open-ended on that, but it's not to exceed a certain amount. But we anticipate having our report back by the time we return to, for the next session.
Okay,
So September.
thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Did I say Commissioner Green? Commissioner Green?
Yes.
No, because
Yes.
She asked a question, so we'll do it again.
she didn't answer.
Commissioner Green?
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Raines?
Yes.
Commissioner Staton?
Yes.
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon?
Yes.
Next, resolution 2528. The Trenton Housing Authority has private activity funds currently earning 4.5% interest. This resolution proposes $1 million be transferred into an asset management account with Bergamot. Bergamot targets 10% annual compounding returns through a diversified portfolio. This is a proactive approach that will help grow our agency's funds faster, as well as generate a predictable cash flow and better offset future deficits while we maintain minimal risk as we continue to invest. It is recommended that the Board of Commissioners authorize the Executive Director to enter into an agreement with the asset management company of Bergamot.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 2528, please?
So, second.
Any questions?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner State?
suggestions were made for corrections.
Yes, ma'am, they were included for the documents for signature.
Thank you. So I would just simply ask, I appreciate that explanation, but next time I would ask that the changes be available to all the commissioners so they can see what they were. So they too can look for, to help the administration, make sure that we have the documents that are,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
I have a question. So you're asking $1 million, correct? And we have your financial revival to be able to transfer that money?
Yes, ma'am. Those monies are coming from,
Yeah, the private activity funds, and those monies will still be available to the agency if in the event of an emergency, we would then be able to recall those funds. So it's more of a reallocation. It's not like we're spending that money. We're just looking to grow or hopefully increase the return on our investment through a number of different, let's say, investment vehicles that are provided by Bergamot that aren't available through our current banking institution today.
So there's just a quick question on that, Chair, if I may. So the current place that it's being invested is where exactly, just with the bank to get?
Yeah, currently we have a high yield savings account,
Okay.
which the money is swept into an investment account nightly, and we're earning about 4.5% annually, approximately that, on an annual basis, where this will allow us to grow that growth or expand that growth through a number of different investment vehicles. So
Okay. And then
over time.
otherwise, we're not tapping into that money anyway, right? Otherwise, it's pretty much there the whole time.
Absolutely. That's our current vehicle right now is the high yield savings. So this is more of a reallocation or a shift of that money to hopefully capitalize on growing it faster or at a more of a rate using different vehicles. So
Right. Thank
again, it's not spending it. We're just reallocating those funds. And we would have, and those, I guess this portfolio will be presented in our monthly analysis as well in our financials. So we'll be able to review the progress of those funds as well, and they'll be reported monthly, and then we'll have a quarterly update to the board to give transparency as to where we are and what investments we are involved in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes. Any new business?
Madam Chair, I have some questions with regards to some of the operation reports. Is this a good time?
Go ahead.
Housing operations. On the last page, they talk about, well, throughout, they talk about tenant court and all that stuff, but I'm concerned about the facilities and grounds monthly report. Can someone speak to that? I guess I just want to know, you've got for capital activity, there's a lot of ongoing projects, there's 4 exactly. And I wanted to know if elevators, oh, I didn't see elevators, is that, would that be included or?
Actually, all the elevators are completed.
They're completed.
They're completed.
That's what they're not here.
That's good, that ought to be a press release.
I hope.
Okay. Yeah, right, yeah, okay, thank you, sir.
No problem.
Oh, hold on, let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's all I do have for you, Mr.
Okay.
Levy, thank you.
No problem.
Let's see. Redevelopment and modernization. Someone speak to that?
Yes.
On page 3, where you talk about the Choice Neighborhood Grant Program, the fourth paragraph, you state that the city of Trenton, as the lead on these initiatives, has been delayed in moving this project forward. Do you have an explanation why?
Good afternoon, Board of Commissioners. No, I don't. They have capacity issues, the city of Trenton right now. They lost some of their staffing in that department, but this was for our early action activities for the planning grant. There's a complete street program and a safe walking route to MLK Park. Those are the two projects that the city of Trenton was initiating. We're doing the HIP program, so we're still moving forward. We're looking to revamp it a little bit, but to move it forward more rapidly. But the city of Trenton, what we're looking to do now is the money will be expiring in July of this year. So we're looking to ask for an extension and also to see if we can roll the money over into our implementation grant, because that was part of our planning grant originally. So, and then we did meet with the city of Trenton this week to discuss those options. And they're saying that they're looking to hire some additional people also.
Okay, page 5, where you talk about the modernization project, elevator upgrades at Josephson. So it reads very well, I'm glad about it. It says the roof's to be completed by Woods. Who's Woods?
So that was the air conditioner. So Woods is the company that does the air conditioning. So they had the
Are they local?
Yes.
I don't know if they're on that. Yeah, Mercer County, but not Trenton.
Okay. And then the next one is the renovation, the 22 vacant.
Units.
Right. So the project deliverables, contractor is continuing to renovate units, 15 units were completed.
Yep.
The anticipated completion is the 15th. Contractor has experienced major delays with receiving necessary permits from the city. Was that in your discussion this week with the city?
No, we resolved that actually. So that was just, I left it in the report because the due date was in March and we're still in June and they haven't completed it yet.
Okay. All right. Page 6, where you talk about the lead paint renovations.
Yes.
Okay. So it reads that the lead remediation and RRP have been completed in Harrisburg, Wilson. Then it says there's approximately $165K remaining in this grant, and we're using that to perform additional lead remediation. So it wasn't completed.
Well,
I don't understand. I gotta get that.
So originally what we went out to bid for was completed, and then we looked for additional ways to spend the money. The original grant was almost $1 million, and we thought it was for all of our properties, but HUD came back and said it was only for Wilson and Harrisburg. So we are trying to spend as much money there as possible to renovate and also to accommodate for the lead remediations. So what we send out to bid went out and it was completed, and now we're asked for additional work if possible. We still won't be able to spend the whole $165,000, however. So
And so what will happen with that surplus?
it's probably recaptured from HUD.
It'll what?
It will be recaptured from HUD if we can't use it. So we are trying to find as many projects, but it's only for that one site.
Okay, thank you. Next one is resident services. This is just actually a comment, not real.
Excuse me, can I
Yes.
ask a question? So you said that with the money, you're gonna see if we can put an extended, what happens if we can't?
It'll get recaptured.
Take it back.
Yeah, so we have, it said 165 and maybe what, 180?
Yeah, it was 180, I think we have 165 remaining, but we have some other things, like other
Yeah.
projects that we're trying to, utilize those funds for.
No, so it came to
No,
bid.
this was the one with the city earlier that she asked you about.
Oh, okay.
For the implementation.
Oh, the planning grant.
Yes.
So the planning grant, we had, it's about $400,000 that's can be recaptured for those two projects, and also another $450,000 from our HIP program. So we are asking for an extension. If the due date is July 31st to spend the money, we're not going to spend the money by that time. We're asking for an extension, and the other thing is we're asking, can we roll the money over into our implementation grant, since we have the same community critical improvement program that was initially in the planning grant. So the HIP program, we're trying to continue the HIP program and roll the monies over there, and then we're trying to see if we can extend it, because the Complete Street is not going to be completed anytime soon. And even when we talked to the city, we discussed, do we want to do a complete street before we do construction, because we don't want to rip up the roads and everything again. So if we are able to roll it over into the implementation grant, that will give us 8 years to complete it, and that's the goal.
But my question is, what happens if we can't?
They take the money back.
And that's it? And then we
Yeah.
start all over from scratch?
I mean, and that's a smaller pot of funds. Yeah, that's not 50, that's not the $19 million. This is the smaller part of funds that we received, the $1.3 million originally in 2019. The $350,000 went towards the planning grant, and then the remaining was for early action activities. So this is for the early action activities.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Staton?
The last thing I want to speak to, Mr. Comment, and I agree, is the resident services. So there's a lot of activity going on. The only thing that I was able to take advantage, and everything was really good. The only thing I was able to take advantage of was the Strengthening Families program, and that was under Tiny Grant. And I was able to attend one of those sessions, and it was excellent. She had a great turnout, and it involved the food in the morning, and did a bunch of exercises with the families, parents and children, and I was really impressed with the interaction and all of the participation. So I just want to say, I don't know if that program is coming back, but that was an excellent, excellent program. So when you see Ms. Grant, please give her my very best regards to that.
And I'd like to add to that, if I may, she just got an award for that program today.
Oh my God.
Yes, at the Mercer Council, so many of us attended that, and she got an award, and they recognized her.
Nice.
For that program.
Well deserved too. Yes, another
For her
press release.
nonprofit paying for it.
Okay, who does the press releases around here? This is all good news.
Yes.
You speaking to Ms. Steve or Ms. Green?
Okay, it really was fabulous. That's good. I'm glad to hear it was recognized. It really was a good program. That's all I have, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other new business?
I'm not sure, Ms. Hall,
Yes.
would you like to speak on the conference that you attended?
It was indicated in our report, we went to a Choice Means Choice conference. USI is our people plan partner. They host these conferences biannually. 2 years before that, we went to Fort Myers. Prior to that, we went to New Orleans. And what we do is we see a transformed site. We bring a resident will attend. Anybody that's part of the planning or the action grant will attend. So it will be like the developers attend, staff people attend, sometimes the city of Trenton will come as well. This year it was myself, Curtis McDaniel, he's a new employee here, a resident came with the USI team, and our developer, Dean Oliver. So it was very informative. We got to see a transformed site of Perkins Square, which was in Baltimore. It was maybe they had different phases of it, so it was maybe 3 phases we've seen that was completed. Very innovative project, very just inspiring. There's a lot of things we want to come back and start doing with our residents here to start the engagement process, really engaging them with the relocation process, because we begin that, and then also talk about the new development. We already have it in the plan, but now just going back to the drawing board, making sure that they're okay with it, they're satisfied with this, and just keeping them abreast. And so as a result, we want to start having meetings maybe twice a month with residents, a resident advisory board, which we're creating, and also maybe some community outdoor meetings or events. So I mentioned National Night Out as an idea. I mentioned something for Juneteenth, but I think it's kind of too quick, so a last minute notice. But we're looking to do something every month, and also meetings in the evening. Sort of, not strengthening family meetings, but something similar with the residents here at Donnelly.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we have public session. Yes. Is there a clipboard? Did everybody sign in? When you come to the podium, please tell us your name, your address, and unit number, please.
First up, we have Carla Coleman.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Carter Coleman. I'm a sergeant armed at the Dorset building, and my unit is 75. I'm telling, it's a lot of things going wrong in that building. People is selling stuff like beer, reefer out the building, and stuff like that. And a lot of people is allergic. Some people got asthma and smoking cigarettes around the building and stuff like that. And they smoking outside, and people got asthma tanks and stuff. They don't want to be around. They smoking outside where we live at, and they turn the guards on to their duty. They just sit there on their telephone all the time.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
James Coleman. James. All right, so you're good. All right, we're gonna go with Ms. Hammond.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Rolette Hammond. I live at Josephson, apartment number 705. Did I get everything you asked for, madam?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, I haven't seen you all for a couple of months. I missed you. Hi.
Yes, how are you?
I woke up this morning, yay. The first thing I want to talk about is to ask for help from this board and Trenton Housing Authority in getting speed bumps on Oakland Street, where we live. We have drag races on our street. We have these young kids that got these little funny looking things that down to the ground that decide at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning it's the time to come racing down our street and with their loud music, etc. My understanding is someone in the building tried to speak to Public Works about it and was told that they couldn't put speed bumps on our floor because we have ambulances and fire trucks coming into the building. Okay? There are ambulances and fire trucks going into Capitol Health on Brunswick Avenue. They have speed bumps. Okay? I've been down Ewing. I've got pictures. All into Ewing to Hamilton. Alrighty? They have speed bumps on their homes and in front of the senior buildings. Okay, so the answer is we have to be white to get speed bumps. Does our lives mean anything less than the people who live in Ewing and Hamilton? Alrighty. Wait till they run one of, I mean, it's like this. One of them didn't clip me one day. Okay? One of the older ladies in my building with her walker, if I hadn't pulled her back, they would have hit her. Okay? So it's become a matter of life and death for us. There are a lot of people in the building who are older. It's a senior building. They don't move very fast, and they take the bus, and they go to the stores up and down the street. They walk down there, and it just means that we're just sitting there like sitting ducks for them to come and just do whatever. They took away the bench by the bus stop on the side of the street that we are because the vagrants and the druggers were sleeping on it. I offer a solution that we need our bench back at the bus stop and across the street near Norvax, Norvsc Street. That's the corner the bus goes going into Ewing. And instead of leaving the bus, the things open like this, put handles in between. They'll find it very difficult to sleep on them like that. The buses don't come on time 90% of the time. I waited for a bus for 1 hour and 40 minutes the other day. With the old people having to go sit across the street after they made a brave effort for 45 minutes. Not cool. The building is a senior building. A lot of people are not seniors in there. As Mrs. Coleman said, you name it, we got it. Toyota. Okay? You want it in the building, you can find it in the building. So speed bumps, the lighting on the premises, I've spoken about this before. Okay, we have light issues. Okay, we have the drug dealers living up the street, alrighty? there are people that come in front of, they park their cars in front of the building to sell sex for money. Okay, you come drive up there 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll see. Okay, they're right in front of the building, you can see them. The other thing is things are happening in the building and residents are asking, you know, there was a camera, can you get the thing? Now, one person in my building who has had a problem, who has spoken to whether it be the office or the police station, has been able to get any copies of anything that happened to them in that building. There's always a block. There's always some roadblock put before them. When are we going to be able to stop that? When somebody dies, get killed in their apartment? Because somebody was murdered in Abbott. Okay, as far as I know, hasn't happened in Josephine yet, but they killed some poor old guy in Abbott one time. Okay? Other thing is, security guards are smoking in front of the building. This is the doorway of the building. Okay, so we have the doorway. There's a little out, like a little area right out with glass. And we've got a mailbox here, we've got a bench here. All right, so one of the guards, he goes that way a little bit to smoke. There are a couple, most of them stand in front of the door. I guess they're trying to watch the desks in the building, but they're in front of the door and they're smoking. I have asthma. Do I want to walk home and come walk through you and your cigarette smoke? No. Alrighty, so, and the other thing, the kitchen in the community room is used by the resident council for our store. It would be nice if we introduced the security guards to the members of the council. They're letting residents into the kitchen and into the closet where we store our stuff, and things are missing. Okay, or we only know that because the doors are not locked properly. So the closet door, if you just turn it and pull it, it'll open. We've been needing a new door for about 8 months. Haven't got it. Okay, bus stop, rest, Nobody patrols the property. The street behind our building, people jumping over the fence. First, at one time, they broke the fence to get in. It took 8 months to fix that fence. Now they're just jumping over the fence to come in. Our grounds are there. They're cut through to go wherever they're going, the rest of the town. The neighbors from across the street of the projects and the buildings directly across the street park in our parking lot. Okay, my understanding, when I moved there, I had to get a sticker that said Trenton Housing Authority with a number put in my car window to prevent my car from being towed. Well, we don't do that anymore. Right now, we have a roof project going on within our gates. I believe they're almost finished with Abbott. So I'm asking that we try and update that. So, because when somebody like me comes home at 1:30 in the morning, there's no parking space. And not that many people in the building own cars. Now, also, if you have company, your guest is supposed to get a guest pass to prevent you from being towed. We're not doing that either. I don't think everybody knows anything about that. I'm the only ding-dong that reads everything. Okay, patrols. Asking you all to put your power behind some police to get them to patrol the area. Okay, we had an incident there the other day. Who knows what the person did? The police are all over the place. Do we see them? Very rarely. Everybody in the neighborhood knows the corner store is a drugstore. They go there to buy drugs. They hang out there all day drinking and doing. You can't even drive down Oakland coming from Prospect Street unless you want to take your life into your own hands. You have to go around. So to ask the police to patrol a little bit more would not be, I don't think it's too much to ask. Neighbors parking, I'm almost there. We have 3 driveways on the property. 2 going in, so this is our property. One going in here, one going in the middle, and then the out is coming through Abbott. So we think that the one going in is the one we should come out of. All right, it happens a lot. Every now and then you can't get through because the ambulance is at Abbott, so you can't pass through. So at that point, that's different. But it's a normal thing that they just decide to come. So I'm turning into the driveway, and you're coming out. You're coming out at 30, 40. I'm coming in at 25, 30. Just an accident waiting to happen. Laundry rooms. We have 5 washers in our laundry room. 3 top loaders and 2 front loaders. At this moment, The front loader at the end near the emergency exit has been out for 14 weeks. The other two of the top loaders have been out now for over a month. We have at least 300 people in our building with 5 washers and 3 dryers. If that was your building, would that be sufficient for you? I have to go downstairs to wash at 2 a.m. in the morning. And even then, some of the old folks are down there because we all know when to show up. They're not working, they haven't been working, and so therefore another inconvenience for our building. Okay, we talked about cigarette smokes. I have residents in the building who their cabinets have been there so long they're falling off the walls. So if we are emptying apartments and we're fixing it and we're leasing it, what is the challenge of taking somebody out of an apartment that's been there the building's been there for 63, going on 64 years, and put them in one of those apartments? Are they not deserving? There's senior citizens in the building who have no hot water in their bathroom. They can't even open the faucet in the bathroom. We have people who think that we're back down in New York, up in 138th Street, they're throwing oil from their balconies outside on people's cars. What are the rules to have your apartment repainted? How long do you have to live in your apartment to get a paint job? Okay? The lobby would be nice if we painted it. Okay, we don't take care of it. Together we have to form a team to take care of it. Let us learn to have pride in where we live. Because those people, most of them, I'm sorry to say it, don't do that. Do you know how many convicts we have in our building? They're proud to tell you they killed somebody before. Don't mess with them. How are we investigating these people when we put them in the building with a whole bunch of old people? Okay, I'm on the young front. Okay, but I'm tired. Alrighty. Are we supposed to have a social worker that comes to our building every week? Are we? I don't know that. I'm not sure. Anybody knows the answer to that? Okay. I think I'm done, Madam Chairman. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much.
Great day. Thank you.
Mr. Hill?
Good afternoon, Board.
Good afternoon.
My name is Kenneth Hill, President, Prince Towers. 630 West State Street, apartment 715. I'm here today because we had problems with, when I got up this morning, I was told by the management that she told me and Mr. Sam to move all the carts and take them outside. I mean, what's that? Taking the carts outside is not getting the building cleaned up like the 9th floor, 10th floor, 9th floor. When the roof is left, the floors look like mud on the 9th and the 10th floor. They left, they just left it. And when you walk in the building, they were supposed to strip and clean the floors. They still got tar on them. Yes, and a couple other things. Myself, the hallways.
Excuse me one moment. Whose phone is that?
It's not a phone. It's not a phone, it's my meter, my diabetic meter. I said that before when it goes off. Can't be helped. It's a medical issue.
Can you turn it down some?
Even if I turn it down, it goes up once it goes off.
Okay.
Okay. Continue.
And like the hallways, they need to be painted. Mr. Jennings back there, myself, my Vice President Leroy, we goes down the steps, we clean them up on the weekend. Through the week, if we see anything, we clean, keep it clean. And it's just that, they talking about push carts instead of talking about the building. That's inside the building where we live at. We've been there, I've been there 17 years. I don't know when the last time we had them rails painted inside. And another thing they say about the people sitting downstairs, I respect the fact that we have people coming in and out the buildings, which is true. But if you got a senior like him down there, the guards don't know everybody that walking in and out of that building. We have people sneaking in them buildings. We be up at night helping the new guards. You understand what I'm saying? Because in the new guards, they don't know people. We know people in that neighborhood. We sit out back and watch the doors so they won't go inside. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But soon you go sit inside, it's a problem. It should be something said about that because we protecting our own self. Y'all know we had people sneaking in the buildings doing what they want to do. But we calmed it down because we do our own security. Plus, Saturday, you had a guard over there, Radim. He did great. He stayed over there Saturday morning. He walked up to 10. He went down both sides until Clyde came and got him Saturday afternoon. He did a hell of a job. And the guards, like they say, the guards that with the guns, they don't do that. They don't go up and down the steps. Haven't seen them. They come, look at the parking lot, come talk to the guard, and leave. That's what they do. You know. And then on the outside, that yellow strip on the curb, I was explaining to them that maintenance usually paint that strip yellow so people won't get tickets. Like this morning, the social workers came up from somewhere. So I asked them, I said, Miss, you shouldn't park there, you might get a ticket. And they went off on me. You know. So trying to help out is being hurt a lot of times. You know, they can speak to you, but I don't want to speak like that because I'm a Christian. So it's hard. And dealing with a lot of the residents, you know, we try to do our best for our floor captains, knock on doors. It's disrespectful when you knock on the door and somebody cuss you out through the door and you just say, oh, I'm just seeing how you doing. You know, then they come downstairs, tell the guard, oh, the 10th floor captain tried to get in my door or something like that. How can you have floor captains and be relaxed when you got people lying on you? You understand what I'm saying? You knocking for their welfare check and they come down and it's a different story. And Mr. Godfrey, I would like for you and Mr. Glover and Ms. Patron to come to the building and have a meeting with the residents when y'all can, so you can let them know where y'all are top priority. We just assisted. We assisted you guys. You know, because a lot of them think that we can tell Corbett not to go in their apartments. Like, you the president, you supposed to handle that. I don't get paid for that. And you're not going to keep talking to me out the way. So, remember I came up in the car and I was speaking? So, it's problems like that. You know what I mean? And I'd like to thank Mr. Leggett and Mr. Green again. Mr. Leggett, they came and they fixed the washer the other day. So we have all our washers working in the laundry room. And that's another thing. We take care of our laundry room also. We clean it up, wipe the machine down, you know, because we love where we live at. And that's all I have.
Mr. Hill, who's
Yes.
Corbett?
The exterminator. You know, like some of the residents, they say, oh, we don't want these people in our apartment, but they think, I don't work with these people. I just assisted. Trenton Housing Authority. You know, yes. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Blake? Blake?
My name is Kevin Blake. I stay at 630 West State Street, apartment 904. And I just want to address that the manager every day that she come in with a different rule to tell us.
Did you say rule?
Rule. Like other words that Kenny was saying about the cards. Now she's talking about we can't sit in the lobby. We got to go outside or sit in the TV room or go to the community room or something like that. Sometimes some of the guards, they be there and it's no relief, and we there watching the desk while a person locked the keys out in the house and they got to go and unlock the door. And we had to sit there and watch the desk or watch the door. I don't think that's right. Every time she come in, every other day she got a new rule for us. And we all grown. It's supposed to be a senior building. Why are you making it like it's a prison? All due to respect. I don't think this is right. But other than that, we try to keep the building up to par. We all work together. That's all I want to say, and I thank y'all for everything.
Excuse me, I have a question. So how many people are we talking about sitting in the lobby at a time? I mean, how many people are sitting? Is it 10 people? Is it 2 people?
It's like
Are you-
5 or 6.
And these are people that are actually policing the building? Is that what you're saying? You're policing the building?
No, some of them, maybe Mr. Jennings and somebody might sit down there just to help the guard out. But basically, some of them go to the doctor and they have their chairs and they
Waiting
sit there
for it to
waiting
be
for it to be picked up, like Life St. Francis. You know, they come all the time. People go to these centers, so they're down there too. It's not like it's a group hangout thing. That's what they try to say. But we told them, you gotta respect where you live at in order for somebody to respect you. You know what I mean? So we try to keep them at bay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Who's next?
That's all the names on the list. Is there anyone that would like to speak that didn't sign? You want to speak?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. I just found out that my watches are working, so I want to thank Mr. Leggett and his team.
Thank you for
Okay.
blessing machine.
I was gonna talk to you about that outside.
Oh, thank you. So, thank you. All right.
Okay.
And the other part of it is that the security guards need to learn to respect us. Without us, they have no jobs. They speak to you all out of turn. All righty?
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
That's all.
At this time, we're gonna go into commissioner comments, but before we do that, Commissioner Ramsey, could you finish your meeting right now?
Almost done. Getting there. Is that a topic you can discuss at the board meeting? You can talk to me afterwards. But I only can do it off work hours, and my home computer cannot get into the HUD website, so I have to do it on my job computer. But I have to do it off when I'm out of work. As I explained to you, we talked about it.
Okay,
When it's 60% done, I'll have it done by the end of the week.
thank you so much.
And include that in the record, please. With all due respect, Madam Chair, I don't think that was an appropriate question to ask in front of everybody. If you had an issue, you should have asked me about it. You're gonna tell everybody you called me a week and a half ago and I gave you that same information?
So since you wanna ask me that, when I talked to you a week ago, you told me you was at 60%. Now, right now, you just said that you're still at 60%.
Still at 60%, because I haven't had a chance.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance. I work. I'm in the middle of a big summer program and a big reorganization in my organization. So I'm there 8 hours a day. You know. It will be done. I committed to the board secretary and you that I have it done.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I know you appreciate that. Do you understand my point? That's a question that we could have had offline or in executive session.
Could have been a simple yes or no. But anyway, we're gonna go on with commissioner comments, and we're gonna start with you.
I don't have any comments.
Okay, Commissioner Green?
I just want to say thank you to the residents for your engagement and the feedback. I really do appreciate it because if y'all don't tell us, we don't know. So, and I do apologize for some of the delays, but I'm happy that the washers is up because I was just thinking that when you were talking, so that's a positive.
He's my hero.
That is it for me.
Commissioner Lopez?
No comments.
Commissioner Walker?
No comments.
Commissioner Staton?
Plenty. I thank everybody for coming, Ms. Coleman, with the smoking, and the guard smoking, and I say it all the time, about the security force. I actually don't know any of the folks who are on that, but from what I hear, I'm one of the Wills, and they don't appear affected. Now, I really don't, we get ready to, this is our last meeting, I don't know if you know that, so, but I'm gonna try to do something over the summer about the security with the administration, of course, because, you know, most of the complaints is really not the building anymore. It really is security and their service, right? Yeah. And so that can be fixed because they don't have to be here. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, wow. All right, let me try to get a little, I'm gonna pinpoint this a little bit better. So the smoking on the premises, of course, it's not allowed on HUD property, so you certainly have a valid complaint and it needs to be addressed and there needs to be some sort of reinforcement. Last time we met, I had encouraged the administration to get the security team to meet up with Trenton Police, the ward person, and see if they can kind of get a relationship so when there's these problems and if the guards are intimidated and can't address it, they can call an officer who's in the area and he can do a ride-by intimidator or get out and say something. You have to use what we have. I don't know.
How is that effective when the guards are doing some of the stuff that?
Well, and then they go too. I mean, police won't mind that at all. You know, if it's not happening, it's not happening. You have to, but you have to get this relationship started. You have to get it started. I'm gonna think on that some more, and I may call one or two of y'all to help me with, because you right in my neighborhood, I'm on Garden, so I know all about Joseph's Homes. Yeah, so, yeah, we'll have to figure something out. Buses being late, I'm sorry about that, but that's a New Jersey Transit thing. They have an 800 number you can call about that and you know, put your concerns there. The speeding bumps on Old Oakland Street. So Oakland Street has a civic association, so I had a long-standing one. I'm not really sure how active it is now, but they also had wanted speed bumps at some point for the children in the 300 block. And so the city said they couldn't have them because it was a bus route. I don't know about emergency vehicles, but they said because it was a bus route. Maybe you need a little more conversations, or you need to contact your councilwoman and let her advocate on your behalf. That's Teska Frisbee. Have you ever met her?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever called her?
I have.
Okay.
Well, you can't call me, you have to send me an email, but I'm
Well,
going to
yeah.
council meeting this month, so
Okay. All right. Good. Yep. Get somebody to get behind you and do that. The bench idea was excellent. That was a great idea. Putting the handrails in between so they can't lay across like it's a lounge. That is excellent. You ought to take that when you talk with New Jersey Transit. That's an excellent idea. They need suggestions like that. Sometimes it's the answer's right in front of you, but sometimes people the important folks really get so busy they can't think of the simple answers to things. So please share that. That's an excellent suggestion. Incident reports. I don't understand what the delay is in getting those out. So I would hope that the administration heard that like I did and can do something about that. The new door on the pantry, I'm sorry to hear, it's nothing like having folks go into your things, just even at work, you know, you have stuff in there, somebody going to the refrigerator, you don't have anything. That happens everywhere, right? But you said something about needing a new door. What is your lock jimmied or something? You can't
It's the
lock
door,
it?
it's not the lock.
Oh.
Because the door's not working in the jam, if even, let's say, they may have tried to close it, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't close like photo,
Yeah.
you think it's closed because you see the little thing go there, or you just do this, it opens right up.
Okay.
So whoever did it thought they locked it, but they didn't lock it.
And so there's a repair order in or work orders in for that, do you know?
We spoke to the manager and they were waiting to get it done, yes, but it's been a minute.
Hopefully after this meeting, maybe they'll step up on it. You gotta come here, I guess, and say, that helps sometimes to, you know, you don't wanna come like tattletale, but when you need stuff done for a long time, you have to, you know what I mean? You have to say something. You talked about the parking. All these things I can really relate to. And so I'm sorry they got away from stickers on the cars, because actually if other cars are on our property, it's a liability if something happens. So the stickers need to get back, the use needs to be reinstated. And when cars are in there and they don't have a sticker, they need to get a ticket. You need to have the police come out and give them a ticket, or you can just put a, let's see, when I worked at the Board of Education, sometimes people would park in the wrong spot, and the guard would come out and put this big orange sticker on their windshield to deter them from doing it. And so you can do something like that, but you have to do something. You know, you had some really good things in place. I remember when the Josephson homes came up, it was premier. I'm telling you, it was just a beautiful property. And you know, and you folks are really so caring about what's going on there. We've got to get back to cleaning our things. You know, no matter what the adversities are, we've got to get back to it. And somehow the culture has got to change in the housing authority with some of the residents. So I'm going to make, you know, you come here, we make suggestions. I just hope that, you know, they are instituted, because to come back time and time, it's got to be discouraging. I know when I hear it, I'm disheartened to know that, you know, things just carry on and on and on. I don't want to make this meeting long. Just a couple more things. But Eric, you brought up such great things. I'm glad to hear about the washers, because I remember a couple weeks ago, well, months ago, when we purchased those washers, I was assured the staff here would be trained to be able to take care of them. So I'm glad to know that that was resolved. Because 5 washers and 3 dryers just won't do in the big old apartment building. You talked about directional signs. I guess that probably falls on us. Oh gosh. Do we have the arrows? Are arrows painted?
Yes, the arrows are there that say it's a one-way coming in, and it's got a do not enter sign on both sides of the driveway.
It's just not being enforced.
It's just not being enforced. Also, the sign that was at the front, the first driveway coming that says if you park illegally, we will tow you, that's busted. And the trees have covered up one of the one-way signs going into Josephson. So they trimmed a little bit, but I think it grew faster than they expected, and now it's covered up. Okay. So we need a new sign for that and some cutting. Pretty please.
Okay. You talked about the safety of getting seniors getting across the street, navigating the street because of the speeding. So I really don't know, I can't really speak about how soon or how feasible the speed bumps are, because I do know that was a request made a long, long time ago. But I'm wondering if you can get, on my job, I work at the, for the county, there's a light that they put up, a gold light when you need to cross and you hit the button and, you know, drivers know to stop. There's a, you know, painted walkway for it. And so I don't know if you could get one of those safety lights to cross the street, you know, from your street over to the other side of Oakland. I'm not really sure, but that would be a conversation again with the police department, because they, you know, that would be something traffic would be able to handle. You guys have got to get, we got to come, I'll help you. There's got to be a way that somebody has to hear what you need be done, because it's not here, unfortunately, it's not here at the agency, but it's certainly, departments that, should be able to give you some help. And Mr. Hill, when you talked about people, at the French Towers, and the guards don't know them, you guys don't have resident cards, don't you have to show ID? I mean, how do you, don't you have to do something to get in?
Yeah, but
You
the
use your
thing,
phone.
the thing is, sometimes the guard might be in the office, and if they're not down there, people walk right in, walk right by. But if we down there, we don't allow that. And then you can't help but, you got people sneaking people in the building and all that stuff.
Residents are opening the doors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Open up the side doors, the door that the camera can't see.
Why is that? I wonder why the cameras can't see the side doors. Those are the entrances. I mean, you already know the front pretty much. But the side doors are where you really need
on the right-hand
security.
side of the building. And you can only come, you only can go up the back steps
Okay.
to go out that door.
In other words, the door don't have an alarm on it. The guard can sit there all night and won't hear the person going in and out that door.
Now, in our building, the clock doesn't work, so everybody and their mama coming in. They walk right in, like they live there, they go straight to the elevator. She doesn't know who they are, and they say hello, she says hello, and they keep going. Okay.
Like they got the cameras in the hallway. They supposed to see that on the camera and call the guard. It's nothing happening like that.
All right, well, like my commitment is to do something over the summer, over our hiatus, with regards to the security issues. So y'all would come back and talk to me again?
Yeah.
Here, and maybe I can get some people to come here and, yeah. Of course, of course, with the management team as well. I'm not trying to take it over, but I'm just saying, I'm a partner with this. I'm a partner with this. So we need to say that. Yeah, you know, yeah, because it's, I'm sorry it takes so long. I'm just concerned because every meeting there is something going on, and most of it centers around the ineffectiveness of our security, our paid security. And so that's like a whole big thing. When their term is up, I'll have a lot of questions for them. But the other piece is just a matter of partnering. You just need to meet the right folks, and there's so many programs going on here where you meet up and you partner with different service providers, and this is the one thing that's not connecting, and so I'm just hoping that we can kind of work that out. Lastly, I'm gonna say this, and then I'll be done. I know you don't get tired of me, but the floor captains, you say you have a problem when they go to do health checks. This is what you have to do, and they do this in church. You know, when deacons go out for the sick and shut in, they don't go alone. They always take two. Usually, actually, a husband and a wife, because things like that do happen. Good intentions sometimes can get messed up. People are like twisted, you know. So have the floor captain go with somebody. You know what I mean? So there's two people, there's a witness to know. So when they go downstairs and try to, you know, say something that isn't quite accurate, you have that. Like that.
Like I said, can you, like I asked for the meeting for Mr. Godfrey and everybody to come to the building so they can let the residents know what our position is and what their position is. And that'll take a lot of slack off too, because, you know, people, you know, they come at you crazy, but hey.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I do indeed. I do indeed. That's why I feel for you. I understand that. And Mr. Blake, your concerns didn't go unheard either. I heard what you said. I don't know how you get rules every day. That's kind of strange, right? I would think that for all the problems that you have, she would be doing more problem solving than making rules. But that's just me. That's all I have, Madam Chair. Thank you, and thank you for letting I can stop it. It's so much. I'm just, you know, We care about you, really, and I didn't get on here to just sit. I really didn't, I'm pretty sure you can say, I'm just, that ain't just not, yeah, I ain't. So, hopefully we'll get it together. All the commissioners care about it. I think I was just a spokesperson. They're just quiet today. I think they let me have my way, but we all feel the same way, otherwise I'm sure they'd send me a text. So, just hang in there and please look to hear something from me over the next 2 months, okay? All right, thank you. Thank you, Madam
We
Chief.
thank y'all, we thank y'all.
Thank you. Ms. Harmon, I will reach out to you later on because I can say that Oakland and Hoffman is out of hand. It is really bad. And I am gonna have a meeting with the police officers and the police director because I have some concerns myself. Me too have came home late at night and I can't even get down the street. You know, there was a police officer on the corner, and don't get me wrong, it doesn't make a difference if we black or white, but I felt as though that he was afraid for his life to get out of the car because he was by himself. We have had 2 shootings within a week and a half, right at the corner of my block. And it's out of hand. They play music every Friday, Saturday, Sunday till 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know where the respect has went out the window. It is really bad. But I am working on that and I will let you know and maybe let you become a part of the meeting that I have with the police director.
Thank you.
You know, because it's sad. But it's a lot of things that we have to do first before we can get some progress. So please bear with us. Because that's been weighing heavy on my heart too. You know, because you want to talk to people, but they are nasty when you talk to them. And
They got weapons, man.
And, well, trust me. And the other thing that's getting out of hand, I don't know who came up with this idea, but now they got the car on and the music is blasting from the car. They're not in the car, they on somebody else's porch. So now you're suggesting me to use music. And then we have the tenants who put the speakers in the window. So it's really bad. You know, it's really bad. So we have to come to an agreement of how we're gonna work this out. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it's just something that we have to work on, you know. That is it for me. There's, the next thing we need to do is I'm looking for volunteers from my commissioners. We have 3 policies that we need to, 3 committees that we need to join. And this here is a part of the HUD recovery that we have to have by June 30th. And this is our last meeting. So I'm asking for 3 people to be on each committee. So the first committee we have is finance and audit. Is there anybody who would like to be a part?
Yes, I'll.
So we have Lopez, Walker, anybody else? And Mr. Reese. Trust me, stay today.
Point of order, Madam Chair. Wouldn't this be better to handle during new business? I'm just asking.
That was,
I read the email you sent last night, Mr. Councilman.
yeah, they said it was good either place, so just take my guidance.
Okay, 'cause I thought it was going to be held in executive session, but that's good.
We are gonna have an executive session on a personnel issue, but the other issues, I thought,
No, that's
Sunshine
good.
Act, I thought actually there was.
No, that's being open. I'm good with that.
Yeah, just brief.
Today?
Yeah, just brief.
She sent 2 emails last night.
Yes.
Had to do with evaluations.
Correct.
So the next one is governance. Is there anybody else who would like to be on that? So that would be me. Anybody else? Governance? Yes.
I will.
Okay. All right, and the last one is developing policies.
And by the way, these are all standing committees that were identified in the
Bylaws.
So that's, which are, again, to follow the HUD guidance.
Policy.
Okay, that would be me. And Staten
I would like to also be.
and Lopez.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your participation. I really appreciate it. At this time, we will go into executive session.
And I don't know that there's no business to conduct when we come
No,
back. So
we
we
will not
can
be
adjourn
back.
the meeting to the executive session. Like, so you want to make a motion to adjourn?
Can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you so much.
We're going to do that here.
Don't be ice grilling me.
Without.